Good morning, students. In last session we discussed one of the most important cell organelle. Okay, today we discuss another cell organelle, that is the flagella, which is responsible for the motility of the bacteria. Most motile prokaryotes move by use of flagella, singular, that is called as a flagellum. It is thread-like locomotory appendages extending outward from the plasma membrane and cell wall. Okay, that means these are the hair-like appendages which are present on the cell wall and that helps to locomotion of the bacterial cell. Bacterial flagella are cylinder rigid structures about 20 nanometer across and up to 50 or 20 nanometer long. Flagella are so thin they cannot be observed directly with a bright field microscope but must be stained with special technique designed to increase their thickness, as that flagella that is very small, thin, and that's why it cannot be observed by simple microscope, but there are some staining techniques which can improve the thickness of the flagella, and the delicate structure of flagellum can only be seen in a electron microscope. That means we have to study the detailed structure of the flagella. Then there is a need of, that is the electron microscope, and by using electron microscopy we are able to study the flagella. This is the diagrammatic representation of the flagella. See, these are the thread-like appendages which are comes from the plasma membrane of the cell, and these thread-like appendages they called as a flagella. Is it okay? So bacterial facies often differ distinctively in their patterns of flagella distribution, and these patterns are useful in identifying bacteria. That flagella is present on, sometimes they are present on the surface, sometimes they are present on the polar regions, sometimes it is present one, sometimes it is present more than two. Then based upon that, these flagella or types of flagella they are classified, and among that there is a first type, that is the monotrichous bacteria. Here mono means single, trichous means hair. Okay, monotrichous bacteria have one flagellum. If it is located at an end, it is said to be polar flagellum. Okay, in case of monotrichous bacteria they have one flagella, and if it is located at one end, it is said to be polar flagellum. Okay, see, in this diagram there is a flagella, that is the single flagella at one side. Is it okay? And that indicates the monotrichous flagella. Okay, ampitrichous bacteria, or ampi means on both sides. If bacteria they are having single flagellum at each pole or both side, that type of flagella that is called as a ampitrichous flagella, and the bacteria that is called as a ampitrichous bacteria. Okay, in contrast, lopotrichous bacteria, lopo means trapped, that means that microorganism have a cluster of flagella at one or both ends. Okay, That means there is a cluster of the flagella. See here in this diagram or in this figure, there is a cluster of flagella. That means there is no single flagellum here or two flagella, but here is the cluster of flagella that is arranged at one side or both sides. That type of microorganism or bacteria, they are called as a Luperticus bacteria, and the flagella is called as a Luperticus flagellum. Is it okay? Flagella are spread fairly evenly over the whole surface of the bacterial cell. Okay, and if such an arrangement of flagella that is observed, then such a type of flagella they are called as a peritrichous. Peri means all over the surface or all around the bacteria there is a flagella, they are present, and that's why that type of arrangement of flagella they are called as a peritrichous flagella, and the bacterium that is called as a peritrichous bacteria. Is it okay? Now see, in this there is a peritrichous flagella that is shown in the diagram. Flagella are not straight, but they are actually helical in nature. When flattened flagella shows a constant distance between adjacent curve called the wavelength, and this wavelength is characteristics for the flagella of any given species. The filament of bacterial flagellum is composed of many copies of protein, and that protein is called as a flagellin proteins. Means specifically in case of structure of flagella, there is a flagellin proteins, they are present, and from these flagellin proteins these flagella that is composed. Now the shape and wavelength of flagellum are in a part determined by the structure of flagellin protein and also to some extent by the direction of rotation of the filament. Flagellin is highly conserved in amino acids sequences, species of bacteria, suggesting that flagellar motility evolved early and has deep roots within this domain. Transmission electron microscope studies have shown that the bacterial flagellum is composed of three parts. It has three parts. The longest and most obvious portion is the flagellar filament, which extends from the cell surface to the tip. Second, that is the basal body, and that is embedded in the cell. And the third, a short curved segment, the flagellar hook, links the filament to the basal body and acts as a flexible coupling. That means here in flagella there are three parts. One is a flagellar filament, second that is the basal body, and third that is the flagellar hook. Means these are the three portions of the flagella. Now the filament is hollow, rigid cylinder constructed subunits of the protein flagellin, which ranges in molecular weight from 30,000 to 60,000 Daltons depending upon the bacterial species. That means it is near about 30,000 to 60,000 Dalton. Okay. The filament ends with capping protein. Some bacteria have sheaths surrounding their flagella. Okay. For example, Bedillo-Vibrio has a membranous structure surrounding the filament. Vibrio cholera has a lipopolysaccharide sheath. Specifically, the organism which is responsible for the cholera, which is motile in nature and which bears the lipopolysaccharide sheath. The hook and basal body are quite different from the filament. See, here is the diagrammatic representation of ultrastructure of bacterial flagella. See, here is the plasma membrane. Okay, that means the flagella that is originated from the plasma membrane, or it starts from the plasma membrane. Now after plasma membrane there is a periplasmic phase. Okay, and after periplasmic phase there is a peptidoglycan layer, and then there is a outer membrane that is present. It's okay. Then this is the flagella. Okay, and here see the filament that is a hollow structure, and here is the curved structure that is the hook, and this is the basal body. Okay, and in these basal bodies there are some parts or rings. They are fitted. The figure A, that means the left side figure, that is the gram negative bacterial flagella, and the right side figure which will present in the gram positive bacteria. Is it okay? And in these there are different rings which are shown in the gram negative bacteria. There is a L ring, P ring, S ring and M ring. These are made from the proteins. Okay. Now slightly wider than the filament, the hook is made different protein subunits. The basal body is the most complex part of the flagellum. In Escherichia coli and most gram negative bacteria, the basal body has 4 rings connected to the central rods, which we have already seen in the figure. The outer L and P rings associate with the lipopolysaccharide and peptidoglycan layers respectively. The inner M ring contacts the plasma membrane. Gram positive bacteria have only 2 basal body rings and inner ring connected to the plasma membrane and an outer one probably attached to the peptidoglycan. Now the functions of the flagella. Actually, the main function of flagella, that is responsible for the motility of bacteria by chemotaxis. Motility means actually these organisms, they show the movement. They move from one place to another place with the help of that locomotory organ, and that locomotory organ that is called as a flagella. Is it okay? They may play a role in bacterial survival and pathogenesis. This flagella that will plays an important role in bacterial survival and pathogenesis. They are highly antigenic. They possess H antigens, and some of the immune responses to infections are directed against these proteins. The flagella of different bacteria differ antigenically. Flagellar antibodies are not protective but help in serodiagnosis. Okay, so with this we finish the flagella and motility. Okay, generally what happens, there are number of bacteria which bears that thread like appendages. They are sometimes at one end. Sometimes there is a single flagellum that is present at the polar regions. Sometimes they are present on both sides. They are called as a amphitrachus, and if there is a single flagellum at the one side, that is called as a flagella. Okay, means there is a different arrangement that is found. Peritrichous means that is all over the surface of the cell there are flagella, they are found. Is it okay? So the most important role which is played by these flagella, that will movement, and in some cases there is a flagella that is responsible for the survival of the bacterial cell because that contains the H antigens in the flagella. Okay,